Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Should You Do It Alone? And because it is almost Halloween, I am doing something a little scary and I am a little scared to do it by myself. I'm going to a haunted house. Not a real haunted house, but one of those where they like have buildings that they decorate like for different styles, like a insane asylum or whatever. And then they have actors dressed up in makeup and costume and jump out and try to scare you. That kind of haunted house. I did one last year by myself for the first time, but it was more like not very well done. Like it was cute, but it like wasn't that scary or anything. So I'm doing something called Land of Illusion. They're haunt, and they're usually like a water park normally, but they're well known for their haunts. And so I'm doing it by myself, and I'm a little scared. I do enjoy like ghost stories and like scary movies and stuff, but to walk through one is a little different, and to do it by myself is even more challenging. So I'm gonna see if it's something that's gonna be fun enough to do by yourself, and hopefully I will not wind up curled up in a ball on the ground crying. But if I do, I will do my best to record it for your amusement. All right, let's go. So unfortunately, I did ask just now, and they did say that there is restrictions on no filming inside the haunted houses. But I will just recap them for you after I get out, so that's fine. It'll make the video shorter for you guys, so you don't have to watch as much. But let me just kind of walk you around, show you around. It's still light out, so I'm not going to do anything until it's dark, but let me show you around. Hey everybody, Elizabeth from the future here. I forgot to film this last night while I was at the park, but I just wanted to say this is a bit of a content warning for you. Even though I couldn't film in any of the haunted houses, I did get a few actors that were wandering around, that were a little scary, and some of the other stuff, was just maybe a little scary. So if you don't like things like scary movies, maybe just skip this episode and next week's episode, because it's going to be similar. And join me again in 2 weeks after Halloween is over, when I won't be doing scary stuff anymore. So back to the action. Found a nightmare.
I think we got a good one. Oh yeah.
Leader out there! Leader out there!
Come on! Right this way!
I think they're trying to catch
What are
me.
you leaving so early for?
So yeah, they're scared clowns.
Oh, they're already getting messed up!
They're already.
All right, the sun is just about down now, so let's go try our first haunted house. So my first haunted house, I chose the Temple of Terror. So let's go in and see how terrifying it is. Oh my gosh, that was actually really fun. So it was like themed around a temple, like in, mummies and stuff like that. It's probably a good thing that I couldn't film in there, because it was really, at most places it was too dark. My little camera would not have picked up anything in there. But it was fun, it was good. They got me several times, but it's also like, I know they're actors, I'm not really scared, but it's fun to kind of interact with them and like talk back to them, like not in a rude way, but like they ask me a question and I actually they'll say like, are you ready to die? And I'll be like, I don't know, I didn't say yes or anything, but Yeah, that was fun. I was actually better than I thought it was going to be. So let's go find the next house. All right, house number 2, Dr. Psychos. There's a longer name to it. I don't remember. I'll give you guys a better rundown when I get home. This thing just moved. Oh. All right, let's go in and see how Dr. Psychos is. All right, so change of plans. Dr. Psychos is not open until it gets darker, so I'm gonna go somewhere else. Phobia. Now, I guess it depends on if they actually know what my phobia is, on whether or not this is gonna be scary. So let's go find out. Just finished with phobia, and I actually ended up meeting some people inside. There were 2 girls standing in front of me and waiting in line, and I just said, hey, do you guys mind if I walk through with you guys, since I'm here by myself? And they said, oh, absolutely. And then they just took me under their wing and said I could do all the rest of the houses with them. So we'll see if I do all of them with them, but probably at least a couple. So it was fun. It depends. Of course, each room was like themed after a different phobia. So there was one filled with snakes, and there was one like with spiders, which came the close to getting me because I don't have a phobia, but I really do hate spiders. But and of course, they weren't real spiders, but they were like giant, fake spiders. And there was a whole section that was just complete darkness, and there was this creepy voice saying they're watching you, and that's kind of creepy. Like, I'm not scared of the dark, but that was kind of creepy. So yeah, it was probably scarier than the clown one, but not as scary as the Temple of Terror. So let's go on to the next one. Right, well, as you can probably guess, I just finished with killer clowns. You may also notice that my hair is different. And that's because the humidity is out of control tonight, so it had to go up. It was fun. It was not near as fun as the first one. It could be because I didn't go through by myself. Or it could be because everybody's just jumping out and using loud noises, to scare me, and that doesn't really work. It works to startle me, but it doesn't work to scare me, so it's still fun. Let's go on to the next one. Are you okay? You don't look okay. Right, and I just did Haunted Hillbillies, or no, Toxic Hillbillies, excuse me. So about what you'd expect, a bunch of people in country type dress running around trying to scare you. probably the least scary one so far. Just not, the concept doesn't scare me. And again, it's just loud noises jumping out and scaring me and yelling. You know, more talking there is, the less I find it scary. And there's a lot of talking in these. So not as scary as I would like them to be. But let's go on to the next one. And last but not least, the Middletown Haunted Trail. This is supposedly pretty famous. It's over a mile long. One of the, I think it's Ohio's #1 haunted trail for the last 20 years. And they said, their website says that it's been the nation's top haunted trail for the last 6 years or something like that. They didn't quote any sources, so I don't know how true that is. Now, this is the one I'm most nervous about. Now, not nervous that I'm gonna in any danger, but the most nervous that I'm going to be scared. So we'll see. This is where I might wind up on the ground, you know, weeping. Then again, maybe I should just do the whole thing at a sprint. I mean, they can't scare me if they can't catch me, right? All right, let's see what it's like. All right, well, I just finished the haunted trail. I did it kind of by myself, but kind of with a couple. They did send me through with another couple, but I let them get about 20 feet ahead of me because they didn't know me. I didn't know them. I didn't introduce myself to them, and I didn't want to like intrude on their time or ruin it for them. So I basically just followed them so I didn't get lost, because even though it's like a trail and you follow it, there's still like places where it's hard to see and stuff, so I just kind of followed them. But it was fun. It was probably the second scariest after the first one. It was very long. It's over a mile long. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. It's good. They still, again, rely a lot on like jump scares and like yelling and stuff to scare you, which is, after the initial shock, is, you know, not very scary. So, but it's still fun. It's still kind of funny. And, you know, I'm still a strong believer, just have someone dress up like the girl from The Ring and follow me around all night, and that'll mess me up more than anything else. So, but it was still fun, and it still, you know, had moments of being scary and you know, getting me going a little bit. So I am going to head out now. I have done all of them. I might stop and look at the souvenir shop just to kind of see the kind of things that they sell. But I will do a recap once I get home, maybe even tomorrow morning, just to kind of wrap up everything and to let you know if I think you should do it or something like it yourself. So I will see you later. All right, I'm in the souvenir shop. It is mostly Halloween, and yet they have Christmas stuff too. They have shirts themed to each of the haunts. There it is. All right, everybody, as promised, this is my wrap up and kind of summary of thoughts for the Land of Illusion haunt that I did last night. I got home a little after 10. I slept like a baby, so nothing that I saw scared me so much that I couldn't sleep. I did have a really fun time. Honestly, I do, like I said earlier yesterday, I do enjoy some scary movies, like haunted house movies and things like that. And so actually, I kind of wanted the haunts to be a little scarier. You know, it's just a lot of loud noises and people, you know, in makeup and costume jumping out. But there's too much talking. I don't know if you guys have ever been to like some haunted houses like this recently. But at least this one, like, the actors just talk to you too much. Like, in character, you know, they're trying to scare you, but, you know, I'm like, okay, you'd be scarier if you didn't talk to me, you know? So, and I think I mentioned last night, just have, like, more, like, just creepy people, like, slipping up beside you. You know, the most effective things, I think I recorded the girl in the bed. that had the possibility to be creepy. I think she ruined it by screaming in the friend that I made last night. She kind of like screamed in her face, and I was like, oh, okay, well that kind of ruined it. But like just seeing her in the bed was kind of creepy. And then on the trail, I actually met Mike Myers, you know, from the Halloween movies. And he, of course, was completely silent because that's what the character is. And he just kind of followed me for like 200 feet. And like, there's this one point where like the lights are flickering and it went dark for a little bit. And when they came back on, he was literally right next to me. And so that was probably the most effective thing all night. And he was completely silent. He didn't try to scare me by talking. He just was very quiet, and it was effective. And I wish they would do more stuff like that and less of, you know, people screaming at you. That being said, I did really enjoy myself. The one that I enjoyed the most was the one that I did by myself, and that was the very first one, the Temple of Terror. I don't know if I had been with those two girls that I mentioned that kind of befriended me, if I had gone through it with them, maybe I wouldn't have the same opinion, but doing it by myself was not too scary, but it was a lot more fun. Now, should you do it by yourself? That depends on you. If you enjoy scary things, like if you like doing haunted houses in general, with friends, but maybe you're at a point in your life, like I am. I haven't done a haunted house until last year. I hadn't done one in years because all the friends I used to do them with, like, got married and had kids or moved away, and they, you know, just couldn't do them anymore. And so I just didn't do them. And then when I finally started doing them by myself, I realized, oh, I can actually still have fun doing this, even though I don't have people with me. So it's really going to depend on you. I think you can have fun doing something like this by yourself, if it's something that you have fun with generally. I probably wouldn't say like start with this. Like if you don't do a whole lot of stuff by yourself, maybe work your way up to doing a haunt by yourself. But yeah, if you like it, try it by yourself. If you don't like scary stuff in general, this isn't for you. Is what I'll say. And you know that you probably won't even go with friends, or you're scared even to go with friends. So don't do it by yourself, but you know who you are. If you like this stuff, and the only thing holding you back is because you don't have someone to go with, try it by yourself. It is actually more fun than you would think. And maybe you'll meet people there, you know, that'll befriend you and go with you like I did. Hey, don't be afraid to even like ask someone near you, you know, if they mind if you go through with their group. 'Cause the answer will probably be yes, you know, as long as you aren't dressed like one of the actors and look kind of scary. So anyway, well, I hope you guys had fun with this video. I certainly had fun filming it. If you did like it, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.